Hey, I'm Bill. Welcome to Vital Bike Chains. Today we're going to take a couple links off this chain here and show you what's inside. Yeah, so I'm using a Park Tool chain breaker. I recommend using a good quality chain breaker if you're going to break a chain more than one time. So as I'm driving this pin out, about this chain that I'm breaking, there was really nothing wrong with it. It was very dirty. But the problem was after we changed the gearing on the bike, the chain was actually just too short. You can see the pin just about to pop out, so we're almost there. Almost. There it is! Yay! So really, before we take anything else apart, I want to take a good look at this pin. So with this toothpick, I'm pointing to the areas where the inner plates rub this pin. And you can see that they're worn kind of glossy. Back to the inner link. This inner link has a roller on each end of it. Now I'm going to take it apart in a second so you can see them. But before I take it apart, so most chains nowadays are bushingless, if that's even a word. So what that does mean is in these inner links, there is no bushing or collar holding these links together. So here's a picture of an example of a chain that does have a bushing. You can see on the inner link how there's this collar going through the inner link, and this is where the pin would go inside in a bushing style of chain. You tend to see these bushings in older chains and newer chains that are under high stress. I think this picture is an e-bike chain. It looks like it says E101 on it. That's a KMC chain. You also see it on chains like a cargo chain, a chain that's used to drive people around in a carriage. Yeah, this is definitely one of the dirtiest chains I've worked with. So I'm trying to pry these rollers off with the toothpick, and it's a little bit challenging. Sometimes they just fall off. All right, so I got them. All right, so now I'm going to take apart the other portion of the chain so that we can have the outer links. And here it comes, pink. All right, so now that we have all our pieces separated, I'm gonna lay them all out, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go get these cleaned up first. Somewhat clean pieces. And then here's the rollers, here's the inner links, here's the other inner link, here's an outer link, the other outer link, and of course the pin that holds it all together. So I'm going to pick up this inner link and kind of hopefully get the right camera angle. You can see that instead of a bushing that goes through, it's just they've made this inner link have half the bushing, and then the other inner link has the other half of the bushing. So compared to the outer links are just flat. So that's kind of the anatomy of the chain. I was curious to know that after popping these pins out with the chain breaker, what the ends look like compared to each other. So yeah, the one end is a little bit bigger. It's still a little bit bigger than the end that got shoved through the link to pop it out. So then I just started measuring everything. Despite my caliper with the cracked casing, oddly enough, the on the face it actually says it's shockproof, whatever that's supposed to mean. Anyways, I'll see you next time.